Hey, what's up, people? This is Ike Love, and I'm creating and author of the blog, The Viable Alternative, which is an inspirational blog where I share the wisdom and insights gained along my path of becoming a greater, stronger version of myself. And if you want to read more on the site, you can click under the window where it says description, and you'll see the link for www.theviablealternative.com. So I want to share some good news. The good news is that I manifested a goal of mine that I set last November, well, part of the goal. I manifested the first phase, and this past weekend, my part of it has just come into fruition. Now, I'm not going to explain what the goal is, and it may not be a big deal to some people, but due to my own personal circumstances and the challenges I've been faced with or am facing, for me, this is a big deal. And so you can look in your own life at certain challenges that you have and certain things that you desire that maybe like glaringly contrary to what you feel you're capable of, and just know through my example that it could be possible for your life. And it's a big deal is because it reflects the desire of my heart. You know, I made a video back in August when I was on my way to Miami about it was in LaGuardia Airport. I made a goal about honoring yourself, and this is part of that. You know, honoring yourself is basically listening to your heart's desires and wishes and wants and basically acting on them. And I believe by doing that, that's the way we can really live a fulfilling life, because our heart is where it's connected our desires, our values, things like that. And so instead of listening to our heads, we need to more get in contact with our hearts and start living and creating our life from there. You know, I talk about the viable alternative being where you take your internal resources and treasures and you create your own unique greatness without of your own design. Well, basically, this is it. You know, it's creating from your heart. And so last November, there's just something I desired to do. And you know what? I just got kind of, I won't say, I got a little bit mad, but a little bit, I got a little bit defiant. And I said, you know what, man? I got a desire to do this, and it's just gonna freaking happen. I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna happen. I'm just gonna make it happen. As my mom says, by hook or by crook. This is going to happen. I'm gonna make this happen. And I just started visualizing in my mind this thing happen. Now, I wasn't so much focused on how it was going to happen. I just said that this is just going to happen. No matter what, I'm gonna do what it takes to make it happen, because, you know, I wanna start living a life that reflects my desires, you know, my dreams. So first thing I did is I started talking about it to people a couple of people. Number one, when you have a goal, desire, you don't tell it. You don't tell everybody. And you know me, I'm a very secret person, so I'm naturally not prone to telling. But anyway, I told a few people, and these people were very encouraging, and they were inspired by it as well. And I told a few people about it, and they encouraged me, and they actually helped add fuel to the fire. And what I also did is I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down. I usually, if I have something I really, really, really mean on bringing into my life, I write it down. To me, there's a power in writing. Now, I have a friend who doesn't do that. He physically says he doesn't write. He just keeps it in his head and constantly ruminates over it over and over and over again. So everybody has their own way of bringing stuff into fruition. But I wrote it down, and I said again, I declared that this was going to happen. And I started, not only did I share my goals, I just started talking about it as if it was going to happen, because I said this is freaking going to happen. You know, I will find a way. So I said that already. But anyway, starting January, because I knew that the holidays wasn't a good time to start because of all the stuff that was going on, I was going to start raising money for this thing. But the problem is that I just started hitting roadblocks and disappointments. You know, I was taking action. I was putting feelers out there to, you know, sowing seed, you know, dropping seeds in terms of, you know, finding out how I can get what I needed to get to make this happen. And, you know, like I said, things weren't happening. But here's the interesting thing. Also, I started getting discouraged. But still saying this is going to happen. But anyway, here's the interesting thing. On its own, doors started opening up that gave me the opportunity to bring this into fruition. And they opened up in a way that was better than I expected, which gives me the next lesson when you want to bring something to fruition. of course, you take action. Of course, you're not going to sit around and, like that movie, The Secret, makes you believe that money just falls through the ceiling. No, you're going to have to take action. But I personally believe you cannot be attached to how the action you're taking, how it's going to bring into fruition. Take the action, but still be open that a better idea or something happens outside the course of action that you're taking that will bring whatever you want to design into fruition. And it kind of, like I said, it kind of happened for me. Like opportunities started happening when I wasn't trying. Things opened up. When I was trying, things weren't working out. But when I wasn't trying, like sitting around trying to do something else, opportunity came along, and then that allowed me now to step forward into it and take advantage of the opportunity that was given to me to help bring this into fruition. So several big opportunities came out of that, and then on Friday or Saturday, I was able to complete the first phase of my goal. And why I'm also not telling you is because it's only the first phase. I still have other parts of it to do before the whole full thing comes into actualization. But like I said, it's not really it's not what, it's the how. It's what I'm explaining to you. So also what I was doing during this time is I would admit that I fasted periodically. 2 Mondays ago, I did a 24-hour fast, and this past week, I did a 3-day fast from 12 hours each day. So from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I would only drink water during those 12 hours. And the reason why I did that, because I don't know about you, but I personally, I'm not going to get weird anybody out, but I've had in the past a lot of spiritual baggage. And I personally believe that sometimes there are forces out there that don't want you to, or blocking you from achieving what you want to achieve. So you have to fight. You have to fight for it. There's a phrase in the Bible that says, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. And so you have to get into spiritual battle, at least for me. Some of you are just blessed that you visualize something and it falls through the ceiling and damn you, But for me, I have to take other precautions and actions. So I fasted. And why fasting is powerful, and I explained it 2 videos ago about the video about luck, is that when you fast, it unleashes the spiritual forces to fight on your behalf. It releases the angels. Also, it helps your belief. It helps your belief stronger. Helps to make your belief stronger in that thing that you want to achieve. You remember in the Bible, Jesus, at a certain point, sent out his disciples and gave them the power to cast out demons. And after some time, a man came with his demon-possessed child and said to Jesus, please help me. My son is dreadfully tormented. And I gave him to your disciples to help cast out the demon, but they couldn't do it. So Jesus Christ, he gave out this huge sigh, and he said a couple of words, or I think he said one word, and the demon was cast out. And Jesus' disciples looked at Jesus in utter awe and was like, how are we able to cast it out? We weren't able to cast it out. And Jesus said it was because of your unbelief. That's why you couldn't cast it out. And this demon only comes out by praying and by fasting. So here the implication is that the disciples couldn't cast out the demon because they didn't believe they could cast it out. And had they fasted in combination with prayer, that they would have had the belief to be able to accomplish the casting out of the demon from the boy. So I knew that I had, for my own personal life and my own personal spiritual baggage I've had in the past, that I want to bring this to fruition. So I said, I'm going to freaking fast, and I fasted, and I said, I went into a prayer book here. It's called Prayer Rain by this minister named Dr. Daniel Olukoya. I guess he's a spiritual warrior. And there's a certain prayer I said about your achievements being blocked. And I would say that while I was fasting. And so I just basically was, saying this damn thing's going to happen. And so, it happened. So now, I would say for you, if this worked for me, it definitely will work for you. I've had problems and issues in my life of bringing things into fruition. I've had challenges and blockages, and believe me, this will work for you. And why I'm excited, because now I'm seeing that I can bring forth the desires of my heart and now live to the concept that I preach about the viable alternative, about creating my life from my heart. And, it's a step-by-step process, but, I'm looking now forward to doing other things now. The other goals I've been setting now that have not come yet into fruition, but just like, let's go forward with this. Let's take this momentum of what I have now, and let's now create other stuff of bigger things, so that I can live the life that reflects my unique greatness, my unique desires and everything. You know what I mean? That's how life you want to live, and that's how you can really fully be fulfilled. And so, I encourage you, listen to your heart, listen to what it's telling you, what it wants. Remember to say, a hope deferred makes a heart go sick, or a dream deferred makes a heart go sick, whatever. You get the gist. Listen to your heart. And whatever your heart may tell you may sound crazy to your rational mind. It may sound ridiculous, but I believe it's the heart that's responsible for the creating of stuff. Your mind is responsible for the, rationalization, analysis, coming up with the game plan, whatever. But the heart, number one, is the one that you should listen to when it comes to birthing dreams and desires and a vision, And when you do that, when you listen to it, as crazy as it sounds, just accept it, and just decide at that point that you're willing to go forward. Set the intention that you're going to do it. Say it's going to happen by hook or by crook, and then start bringing life to it. Please don't tell everybody. Don't tell your moms, your negative father, or your siblings or cousin, whoever's negative in your life. Don't tell it to them. Tell it to those trusted people that that will encourage you, and then you start speaking and bringing life into it. You start doing that, and again, just have the strong intention that it is going to happen. Do not focus on the how, just focus on the what, and then just start moving forward. And I promise you, to start moving forward, doors will start opening up that will help you bring this into fruition. But again, you have to take action. You're not going to get it by lying on your back and a genie popping out and granting you 3 wishes. No, you're going to have to take action. But when I say when you take action, keep an open mind when you're taking action. Don't be attached to the action you're taking. Be open to the fact that that other answers may come that are apart from the action you're taking, that will help bring this desire you have into fruition. Also, I say, just don't be attached to, remember I was attached to like a specific action I was taking. Don't be attached. Just be open that, you're taking action, but just be open that, oh my gosh, what am I saying? I'm trying to explain this properly. Yeah, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged by a certain action or outcome that's happened. Just be committed, but not attached to a certain outcome and everything, And, speak life into it. Tell yourself, start visualizing yourself that you doing that thing. Start visualizing yourself, make it become really real in your mind, and start acting upon it as if it's going to come into fruition, like it's already done. That's how actually I was able to go to Miami in 2011. I remember it was September of 2010. I was challenged by a member to go to Miami to continue my modeling career because he felt the market would be better there for me down there than it was up here, and it would throw things up in the mix and mix things up. So he challenged me to go to Miami, and I was like, oh, but how can I do that? How am I gonna pay my rent and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. But after a couple of months, I just started speaking on it as if it was going to really, really happen. I started emailing photographers, having no money whatsoever of even buying a plane ticket to even go there, or even staying there for a month. But I just said, I just started to say, okay, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm just going to act like it's going to happen. And I started emailing photographers down there and setting up photo shoots with them and so on and so forth. And lo and behold, the money came through for me to go take the trip. And I remember staying a month in Miami. And what had happened that was interesting, a friend of mine was in Miami the same time. And I wound up staying with him for like a week and a half for free, Before then I went and found my own place. But I remember even being down there, it was like the middle of the week on a Wednesday. And I was just walking around. I was just like, wow, people are at their 9-to-5 jobs in their cubicle. And I'm sitting here in South Beach, just chilling, handling my business, So yeah, I hope all this helps. So if you want to read more about my blog, go to www.theviablealternative.com. If you like what I said, click on like, please share the video. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on YouTube on The Viable Alt. So take care, God bless, and get up, listen to your heart, what your heart is telling you, and go forward and take action. You'll be surprised of what you'll eventually see. Peace.